Hi, everybody. Welcome to Fridays with Father Gary here, and I'm here with the fourth graders from our school. We just finished our school mass. We're recording this on Thursday. And what I thought we might do today, since this is the week that we conclude the Christmas season, this Sunday we celebrate the feast of the baptism of the Lord, which ends the Christmas season for us. I thought we'd talk a little bit about this creche, this beautiful nativity scene that is here in our church. And you know, Pope Francis wrote an apostolic letter at the beginning of the Christmas season about the significance of the creche. And so I thought I wanted to do two things today: to share a little bit of that letter that Pope Francis wrote, and then also to share a letter that the bishops of Washington State have shared with us from the chair of the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops. So first, a little bit about what Pope Francis wrote about this beautiful creche. And it's great to have the children here because, as the Pope points out, while it's children who often have the most enjoyment out of nativity scenes, we adults can also learn a lot from what's here. Here's what the Pope says: that coming into this world, the Son of God was laid in the place where animals feed. That's what a manger is. And hay became the first bed of the one who would reveal himself as the bread come down from heaven. And so the nativity scene invokes a number of the mysteries of Jesus' life and brings them close to our own daily lives. And then the Pope talks a little bit about the history of the nativity scene, which St. Francis began, and it happened by him visiting a town in Italy called Greccio in the 1200s, about 1223. And he saw caves there that reminded him of the countryside in Bethlehem. And so on the 25th of December that year, brothers of his, friars they're called, and local people came together, bringing flowers and torches. And then when Francis arrived, he found a little manger full of hay, an ox there, and a donkey. And then a priest celebrated Mass over the manger, showing the bond between Jesus coming among us in the flesh as a baby and the Eucharist. And so that's how that tradition began. And from the time of its origins, the Pope writes, the nativity scene has invited us to feel and to touch the poverty that God's Son took upon himself in the incarnation. And it asks us to meet him and serve him by showing mercy to those of our brothers and sisters who are in greatest need. And that's what really the Christmas season calls us to. Now, this is also a time of great danger for our country and our world, and it's into that reality of that great danger that Christ is born among us. And so the bishops of Washington State have shared with us a letter that the president of the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops, Archbishop Jose Gomez of Los Angeles, has written. Let me just read a couple of portions of that. Archbishop Gomez writes, "May the Lord help all parties in this time to peer through one another's transgressions and appreciate the legitimate fears that lie behind them. All must discover islands of trust in a sea of distrust. Do the hard work of reasoning together, acknowledge the futility of further violence and military action, and humbly pursue the common good together." And then the Archbishop concludes his letter by saying, "We join in the hope expressed today that the people of Iran share in the promise of a great future, and that the United States is ready to embrace peace with all who seek it. In this spirit, we fervently believe, hope, work for, and indeed anticipate days of peace ahead. We have just celebrated the birth of our Lord with Christmas. Jesus, as the Prince of Peace, calls us to the renewal of the heavens and the earth. let us bear witness to this truth, beginning with each of us. So let us do that. That's our prayer in these days. So as we conclude the Christmas season this weekend, I wish you a very, very happy New Year as we move into this year with prayers for peace, for our country, for our world, and peace in our hearts. Children, thank you for being here with us today. God bless. God bless everyone.